Welcome to the 1962 FIFA World Cup, where we're looking at it from a perspective as if all countries involved had the same amount of wealth and population. It's a better way of ranking true skill of countries, because large wealth and populations gives countries advantages. It increases their potential. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it increases their potential. In the first match, Uruguay beats Colombia 2-1. That's the real score down here, 2-1, and then the economic difference is up here, and then the final score, according to the economic difference, is right there. So Uruguay off to a great start. Now Chile versus Switzerland. Chile 3, Switzerland 1, with a big victory at home. And they're going to get a half goal for the economic difference too as well. So 3.5 to 1 is the final. That 0.5 can help you in score difference, but it's also really important in draws because it can turn a draw into a win. So Chile takes first place. Brazil versus Mexico, 2-0. And there's no economic difference, or an insignificant one at least. Nothing that can be measured by this algorithm. So Brazil takes first place with a rating of 140.5 after the first game. And the rating is a mix of winning percentage and scoring difference percentage. Argentina 1, Bulgaria 0. Bulgaria gets a half goal to cut the lead in half, but Argentina is going to get a big win. And Bulgaria will be in 5th place right behind them now. Eurasia versus Yugoslavia. 2-0. Soviet Union get a huge win, and Yugoslavia will cut the lead in half with the economic difference, but still, you don't want to be in that position. Next match, Germany versus Italy. 0-0, and there's going to be no difference in the economics, or at least an insignificant one that can't be measured by these standards. So they're going to get a draw. They'll be tied in 5th place now. Czechoslovakia versus Spain. 1-0, Czechoslovakia wins it. Let's see if they get anything. In addition to that, they do not. So the final score is going to be 1-0 in favor of Czechoslovakia, and they'll move up to 2nd place. Spain is all the way down in 10th. Hungary versus England. Hungary takes the win. And they'll get a small bonus as well, a half goal. But that could go a long way, and they move up into 4th place, tied with Uruguay. Hungary with great teams back then. Yugoslavia versus Uruguay. 3-1. Yugoslavia gets a huge win over a strong team. And that's going to take them from 7th to 6th, and Uruguay down to 7th. Uruguay gets a half goal on the economic difference to cut the lead in half. Chile versus Italy. Chile wins at home 2-0. And they're in 3rd place. Let's see what this does for their rankings here. They're going to stay in 3rd, but the rating's going to go up to 121.5. So they're looking really good right now. Italy, not so much. Brazil versus Czechoslovakia. Tie game. Let's see if there's any difference. Czechoslovakia pulls off an important win by a half goal, and they're going to take first place against a very strong Brazil team. That's huge, folks. And Brazil's going to be now 1 win, 1 loss in 4th place. England versus Argentina. 3-1 England. And that's big because they're in 9th right now. Let's see what's going to do. Argentina's in 5th. Argentina falls to 8th. England moves up to 7th. They're tied with England and West Germany. Next match, Eurasia versus Colombia. 4-4. Colombia is going to win it on the economic difference here. They're going to get a whole goal, in fact. So Colombia, now 1 win, 1 loss. And Eurasia, 1 win, 1 loss as well, but Eurasia still beating them by 1 place on the rating. West Germany versus Switzerland. 2-1. Switzerland will get a half goal, so another big win for Germany. Or their first win, I should say. They draw last time. So that puts Germany into position to rank high now. But they need to keep performing well. Next game, Spain versus Mexico. Spain narrowly beats Mexico. and that will help them get out of that rut. They move up to 7th, now tied with Uruguay and Eurasia and England. Czechoslovakia in 1st, Chile in 2nd, Hungary in 3rd, Brazil 4th, Germany 5th, Hungary versus Bulgaria, 6-1 with a big win. No economic difference, and Hungary with a very important win. They're going to stay in 3rd place, but still that score difference can really help them out later. Eurasia versus Uruguay, Bulgaria down in 11th now. Eurasia takes the win. They won in 1962, but Uruguay on the economic difference is going to tie it up, and they're tied in 7th now. I think they might have been before too, but not quite sure on that. Okay, so we got a 4-way tie for 7th place right now. West Germany versus Chile, 2-0. Germany with a huge win. Chile will get a half goal for economic difference. So Germany inches their way up to 5th place. Chile falls to 4th. Match 19 coming up. Brazil versus Spain. It's an important one for both teams. Brazil takes it though, and Spain's struggling so far. Brazil's rating falls on the score difference, but they maintain 3rd place. Hungary versus Argentina. Argentina looking terrible so far. Oh, it's a draw, but I think Hungary might get a half goal here. Let's find out. They do, and Hungary squeaks by with a very important, vital win. And they're in 2nd. Yugoslavia versus Colombia. Yugoslavia with a huge win, 5-0. And they're in 6th. Let's see how much that moves them up. That moves up into 4th. Now they're in contention all of a sudden. And Italy versus Switzerland is next. And Colombia is down in 10th place. Italy with a big win over Switzerland, because they got to get out of that rut. They're just in an embarrassing position right now. So Italy moves up to tied in 7th now with some other big teams. Switzerland down in 11th place under Colombia, above Bulgaria. Mexico versus Czechoslovakia is our next match. Mexico gets a huge win over Czechoslovakia. They get a huge upset, and that will pull them out of last place, I believe, and definitely pull Czechoslovakia out of 1st. Czechoslovakia all the way down in 7th, and Mexico moves up to 8th after that. That is exactly what Czechoslovakia did not want. Now England versus Bulgaria. And Bulgaria is going to win on the economic difference. They'll get a whole goal, so they can get out of last place now too, but not by much. They're up in 13th now. England falls to 8th place. We're going into match 25. Chile versus Soviet Union. 2-1. Chile wins. They're going to get a whole goal, so it's going to be 3-1. And that will put them in 2nd place, right under, well, I don't want to say right under, but right over Brazil, but still trailing Hungary by quite a bit. And Eurasia falls to 8th place. Brazil versus England. Brazil needs this. They got it. England falls to 12th place. Brazil in 2nd with a rating of 87.5. Over 7 points above Chile. Next match, Czechoslovakia versus Hungary. It's huge. But Czechoslovakia pulls off the win after a humiliating victory against Mexico in their last game, and that is really bad for Hungary. Czechoslovakia inches their way up to 5th place. Hungary falls to 2nd. Brazil, no wait, they're now tied with Brazil in 1st place, so it's not as bad, but still, you don't want to be in that position when you're trying to beat Brazil. Yugoslavia beats West Germany. So Germany's going to still be in 4th place, but Yugoslavia will now be tied. We got a 3-way tie in 1st place. Brazil, Hungary, Yugoslavia, and then Chile in 2nd. Czechoslovakia in 3rd. Here's Brazil versus Chile. Here it is. Oh, but Brazil is going to maintain it, and Chile will have to remain under 1st place. By how much? Well, now they're in 3rd. Brazil actually goes down to 2nd because of the score difference. That's going to affect their rating. But still, in the long run, a win is good. So Czechoslovakia versus Yugoslavia here. Yugoslavia in 1st, Czechoslovakia in 4th, and Czechoslovakia wins it. 3-1, and that will put them in third, and Yugoslavia will fall to fourth place. And we got 2 matches left. Chile versus Yugoslavia. Chile wins at home here, and that was the 3rd place match, and Chile will be in 4th place they'll finish with a rating of 59. Now we go into the last game. Can Brazil win big enough here to beat Hungary? 3-1. Czechoslovakia in third, and Czechoslovakia's hopes will be finished, and Brazil will not be able to. So Hungary is the rightful champion of 1962 according to economics. Brazil second, Chile third, Yugoslavia fourth, Czechoslovakia fifth. Honorable mention to West Germany. Last place Switzerland, Bulgaria, and Colombia, England all had terrible tournaments. We're bringing you the best rankings in the world from the worst announcer in the world. Mexico, actually, I want to say, finally finished in a decent location. They're moving up.